All right, happy Thursday night, everybody. Welcome on into Raiderland World Headquarters. Glad you are with us this evening. It's overrated, underrated, rated right Thursday. We're talking your favorite Coke flavors, Coca-Cola, not the other Coke. You get the idea. From today is the anniversary of New Coke getting killed in 1985 or whatever year it was. And they brought the real stuff back. So that's why we're doing like Coke flavors, like Cherry Coke or Coke Zero, whatever. What's your favorite? Overrated, underrated. The Athletic, a story today, and Big 12 coaches are just petrified by Texas Tech following the rules and doing things right. And then BYU's coach, Kalani Sitake, he doesn't like the worldview that Joey McGuire has in Crimea River. All of that tonight and whatever else is on your mind. Huge goings on in the world of NIL today. But tonight's show will really be about you, your comments, your questions, and everything else. So thanks to United Supermarkets and Market Street, the one grocery store in town that puts their name on Texas Tech and West Texas versus the other one that takes your money and ships it down to Austin and puts it on scoreboards there. Hey, you can get in and you let us know the audio is good, the video is good, and that we're ready to rock and roll, just like James did with Thumbs Up. Whether you're on YouTube, right now it's Raiderland free, whether you're on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media or on our Facebook page. A lot of people on Facebook love it. All right, let's do it in 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com, the website. Start your day there. Raiderland hot links, cool questions of the day, everything we love to do. You're going to find on the website. Everything we do, we archive there. This show will be there later on tonight, and you can share it with your friends. But subscribe to that, or you don't have to subscribe, just, go to the website every morning, check it out, and then subscribe to our Facebook, YouTube, and everything else. We are brought to you by the Reserve Culinary Tavern, 103rd and Quaker in Lubbock. Great weekend brunch, Saturday and Sunday. You already know that. Amazing atmosphere where you can hear the music, you can hear your friends, you can watch games on TV. It's not a sports bar. It's just really cool, relaxing. It's good stuff. Amazing food. And Lifts West Hotel and Condominium in Red River, New Mexico. The 4th of July is beyond us now. And we get into that kind of wind down summer part in the mountains. And it's great. So give them a holler right in the middle of Red River, New Mexico. You can walk everywhere. You can park your car at Lifts West, your truck or whatever, and not use it for 5, 6, 7 days. You walk everywhere. It's great. Tell Billy we sent you. And, of course, United Supermarkets at Market Street. All right. Overrated, underrated, rated right. You give us the things when we give you the topic that you think are rated right, underrated, or otherwise. Coca-Cola flavors. All right. Flavors of Coke. From Diet Coke to Coke Zero to caffeine-free to Cherry Cola to the one-off raspberry stuff, whatever you want to do tonight. Saw that today that it is the anniversary of New Coke going away, which if you aren't as old as I am, then you can't imagine what it was like when they took real Coke away. We didn't really, do we have Diet Coke then? I don't know. Don't matter. The most colossal marketing blunder of all time. And then today we want to get into the athletic piece where anonymous coaches, about half of them were like, hey, we wish we could beat Tech. The other half calling Texas Tech childish. How will they handle the press? This is wrong. I love the fact that half the coaches in the Big 12 apparently hate Texas Tech, are running scared, are completely freaked out. And they're freaked out because Texas Tech is doing it by the rules. And this time, the rabbit's got the gun. Give me your questions, your comments, your thoughts, whatever you want to do tonight. We'll go as long as you guys are interesting, all right? You give me good questions, comments tonight, we'll rock and roll. We'll have a great conversation. Up to you, though. James, Cowherd Show talked about Tech shaking the blue bloods scared. Yeah. Again, ain't no fun when the rabbit's got the gun. But here's the deal. Every single school in college football can do what Texas Tech is doing. Are you telling me that Ohio State and Alabama and Texas and Michigan and Clemson, They don't have, they might not have a single Cody Campbell. As I get it, hey, West Texas, we make money out here. We're rich folks. I'm sorry that the rest of the country is poor. I'm sorry that the rest of the country doesn't have an ability to make money, but maybe they could get together like 10 guys. I mean, these universities have been around for a long time. Surely they have graduated people that have made money and want to do something, right? Or I guess maybe a degree from Texas Tech is just worth that much more than a degree from all those other schools. I guess that's the case. Alan Corbin jumps in our YouTube channel. We are this close to 500 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Please get us over that tonight. If you can, if you would, if you will, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can watch it wherever you want to, Facebook, Twitter, X, YouTube, but just go subscribe. It don't cost nothing. Sitake, the BYU coach, works for the richest corporation in the world, and they're paying players like Tech does. Yes, BYU is as aggressive as Texas Tech has been in the portal, in NIL, and everything else. They have a ton of money. And for Kalani Sitake to sit there and say, I want the amateurism model. I don't like, and he said this at Big 12. I'm going to give him credit. He did this at Big 12 Media Days this week there in the Metroplex. He wasn't hiding behind the Athletic article as an anonymous coach, but he's like, we need the amateur model. Please. Amateur model. You guys at BYU have been bringing back guys after mission trips when they're 23, 24, 25 years old. Amateur my ass. But yes, by all means. It was in response to Joey McGuire, Texas Tech coach, saying, hey, we gotta have contracts. No breaking news around here. We've been talking about this since the inception of NIL and everything else. And I love the Felix Ojo contract, if it is in fact structured the way it seems to be, that it's a 3-year deal. You get your base salary, you got incentives, you got NIL outside that. But beyond that, it's just like an NFL deal. Yeah, we need contracts. Contracts replace the transfer portal / people being able to leave, and fans don't like that. They're not at a school for 4 years, 5 years, and they got to stay there, man. They made a commitment. What about the coaches? Well, that doesn't matter. James Gunny must listen to this show. He mentioned CBA and players as employees. He's not dumb. Therefore, that means he probably does listen to this show. Otherwise, Mike Gundy also realizes, just like so many of us have, that's how you fix it. It's not hard. It's how you fix it, if you think it needs to be fixed. Everybody watching right now, I want you to share this with your friends on social media. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X, hit the little share deal, invite them and say, hey, we're talking about stuff you care about. Tonight, the Athletic reporting that certain anonymous coaches in the Big 12 just really are freaked out about Texas Tech and how they're doing it. We'll give you a couple of the comments, a couple of the quotes. They're hilarious. Also, BYU's head coach just doesn't like Joey McGuire's worldview, and he told us about that. And then overrated, underrated Coke flavors. The best Coke flavors, the worst Coke flavors, things to mix Coca-Cola, just a Coca-Cola cowboy. All that tonight. Because today, I think it was 85. I didn't write it down. I think it was 85 when Coke came back and said, yeah, that whole new Coke thing we did, that was stupid. That was really dumb. Damon on YouTube, that was so long ago that we had Tab and not Diet Coke. Yeah. So Diet Coke, I don't know when Diet Coke introduced. Now I'm a Diet Coke guy. It ruined my taste buds. I got on it in the mid-90s or so. Before that, I was regular Coke. I was Dr. Pepper during my time at Tech in the late 80s, early 90s. And then at some point, about 95 or 96, I got fat. I had to lose weight, and I started drinking Diet Coke. Once you drink Diet Coke, it ruins all your taste buds. Wow, you can afford an Athletic subscription. Thank you, David Carr. I really don't know how I was able to read it. I'm sure somebody sent it to me or something. Colorado coach Deion Sanders from the column The Athletic, a longtime admirer of McGuire from their high school coaching days in Texas. Among those paying attention, as we gave you the quote yesterday, yeah, Joe, you got some money, spending money. I love it, Sanders said. Can you send me a few of those dollars so we can get some of those players too? Others, according to the column, less enthused. Les Enthused was a writer at the AJ in 1982-83. He covered high school sports. Les Enthused said a coach, I mean, it's childish. I think it's, hey, look at me, said another coach. I don't think it's good for college football. Tell me right now, which coach said that in the Big 12? Which coach do you believe said that quote? It's childish. Hey, look at me. I don't think it's good for college football. Which coach said it? Who said it in the Big 12? The article says 6 coaches said they wish they had similar financial support and would do the same thing if they were in McGuire's, and then parentheses, very expensive shoes. How do you know McGuire's shoes are very expensive? He could be wearing Tom McGann's. He could be wearing loafers. Said one coach, I get it. It's awesome. If you got it, I wish I had it. My gosh. Good for them, said another. I'm jealous. And then others scoffed at the extent of the spending and how it might impact the locker room. The old locker room deal. I love the locker room deal. I'll get to this in a second. I'm going to read the quote. Ridiculous. They're not just outbidding, they're outbidding other teams by 3 times, said one coach. Wild, but it will be interesting. If the players are good kids about the right things and about winning, I think it'll go great. If they're about themselves, the first time adversity hits will define them. And then another suggested the pressures that's going to come with all the money Tech spent is going to be rough. All right, let's go back to the locker room deal. Patrick Mahomes makes $1 bajillion. Travis Kelce makes $1 bajillion. How did they somehow survive with that? How did the offensive linemen just not lay down and say, well, I ain't going to block for Patrick Mahomes. He's making 10 times more than I am. The locker room deal is stupid. And it has been just a false flag that college coaches wanted to run up for whatever. And I would tell a college coach, if you told me that to my face, Coach, how much do you make? And how much do your assistants make? You make $4 or $5 million a year. Your assistants make, your coordinators make, a quarter of that. Your position coaches are only making this. How do you handle that in the coaching office? And how do your coaches handle that? Do they come to work every day knowing that, God dang, that guy, he really sucks. He's making 5 times more than I am. I am not going to coach today. Stupid. All right. Got to go back up here. Comments rolling in. Thanks to United Supermarkets and Market Street. What do you think? What do you want to talk about tonight? You tell me. All right. So where are we? Underrated vanilla Coke. I'll give you an on that. Massively overrated Diet Coke. Diet Coke doesn't taste like anything. It's Diet Coke. You drink it because you're addicted to it. You started drinking it. It ruins your taste buds. It's ruined mine. Diet Coke is to half the population what coffee is to the other half. Coffee drinkers, it ruins your taste buds. It ruins your ability to enjoy anything. Diet Coke's the same thing. Kills your taste buds. Annie St. John is out there. He's on Facebook. I'm out on Coke. 7-Up guy here. Isn't 7-Up owned by Coca-Cola? David Collier, tracking back to about the time he was born. Am I listening to the Scarface? Tony Montana. What's all this Coke talk? Yeah. The original Coke flavor comes with Jack or Jim. Quality. I'll give you that one. That's pretty good. More comments because you people like to comment. A former Coke exec told me, hold on, Hill Country Raider on Twitter, except Ryan Hyatt Media, where I know you guys are, sharing this and putting it out there and inviting people in. And we're getting your great comments on Kalani Sitake, the BYU coach, who thinks we need amateurism. And Joey McGuire's wrong. And the Athletic article where half the coaches in the Big 12 apparently hate Tech. They're freaked out. I love it. Love it. This is so much fun if you're a longtime Tech fan. This is so much fun if you're a Texas Tech fan that half the college ball world is revolving and hanging on everything you do, who you sign, what your border agent guy does, what Joey McGuire says, and they immediately run to the media and they want to talk, and the media reports it, and it's all revolving around Texas Tech. That's what's killing the blue bloods right now. Nobody's running to Dabo Swinney right now, finding what he thinks. Nobody's talking to the collective director at, fill in the blank, Ohio State. No, they're the ones going to the media whining. That's what's beautiful about this. Ryan, do you need to start drinking Coke Zero? That tastes better than regular Coke. I've done the Coke Zero. I've done the zero sugar stuff. Here's the deal. Again, Diet Coke ruins your taste buds. Coke Zero, which tastes great. I can't drink if you gave me a can or a bottle of regular Coca-Cola, I could get about halfway through one. Same thing with Dr. Pepper. I used to be able to just drain a, 6-pack of Dr. Pepper back when we bought it, in 6 bottles or however we bought it back then. No. It was 2-liter bottles back in the day. I could go through that. Nothing. I would probably drink 5. As on campus, you hit a vending machine. So probably 5 times a day, I'm buying a can of Dr. Pepper. I can't get through a Dr. Pepper or a regular Coke now because Diet Coke ruins your taste buds. Hillary, great Red Raider, great Lady Raider. I hope you don't mind, Hillary, if I call you a Lady Raider. I hope you don't mind. I think 7-Up is owned by Dr. Pepper, isn't it? Sprite owned by Coke. Been wrong before. You're probably right. I think you're correct. Thumbs up, 7-Up, Dr. Pepper. I think you're correct. 7-Up versus Sprite. 7-Up, yeah. I'll go 7-Up over Sprite. Then we get into the whole Mountain Dew thing, Diet Mountain Dew, and we go from there. Back up again. Back up. Comments coming in so fast. Trying to keep up. Not easy. Where do we go there? There we are. Our man Joe checking in from Alabama. I like the zero drinks Coke, Dr. Pepper, Pepsi. And yes, he said Pepsi. Diet Pepsi. Better than Pepsi. Thursday Night Mowing Club. I think he's referencing our friends there at Outkick. Most underrated ever, Rondo. Rondo, baby, 1970s. Rondo is like a citrus fruit drink. Yellow can. Throwing out the Rondo. Good job. Nothing ever as bad as New Coke back in the day. God, it was awful. What a colossal. We literally, I had a class at Texas Tech that was kind of a media brand. It wasn't a PR class. It wasn't a marketing class, but it just had a lot of different things in it. And we did about a week on the whole Coke rollout of New Coke and how it went went bad with you. I'm with you, loving the mainstream media and other national outlets showing Texas Tech the love. Glad you're out there. And for my friend Joe, for my man Joe, roll tide for you, baby. I got you. Redder every day. Hell with the old blue bloods, says Andy. All right. My wife said cherry Coke is rated right. It's not bad. Cherry Cola. COLA Cola. Cherry Cola. JC can't touch Pepsi, recovering Diet Coke addict. I get you. I'll never recover. It sucks me in every time. I look at all the array of choices. I come up there at the fountain drink, and I've got all this, and I can hit this button. I can get a root beer. I can get this. I can get Diet Coke. Hell, poured out. Hiller, I'd be offended if I was a bad lady. Raider. Don't get offended by the other you referring to. Gotcha. Wendy jumping in. Cherry Coke overrated. Vanilla Coke awesome. At our age, we drink Coke Zero. Again, I get all the people doing the Coke Zero thing. It's not bad. Timbo jumping in on our YouTube channel, Ryan Heights Raiderland. Everybody subscribe. If you are watching right now, share, subscribe. If you are on Facebook watching, if you're on Twitter watching, go to our YouTube channel, Ryan Heights Raiderland, subscribe, and then you don't have to do anything ever else again. I don't care. Get us over 500. I know that sounds crass. That's the reality of media today. You've got to hit certain benchmarks on certain media platforms for them to expand your reach, and we need the 500. And that puts us in elite. I didn't realize how few channels have like 500 subscribers. We're at 487 or 486 or something right now. I had no idea like how high we were up on the food chain on that deal. That's a tribute to you guys. Hill Country Red Raider reposted the stream. Good job. The worst was Crystal Pepsi. Florida Raider getting it. Crystal Pepsi, early 90s. That was the clear Pepsi, right? Like, it looked like Zima. I remember buying that. I remember the first time I bought it was probably around 90, 91. I was coming back from Red River, New Mexico. I totally remember this. And stopped in Springer, New Mexico. And it was like in a little bottle. Like a little bitty bottle. Like Mickey's Big Mouth, a beer. It was Crystal Pepsi. It was clear. Got it. Drinking cherry Coke, Mayberry, RFD. We can all agree, when in doubt, cherry limeade. If you can find cherry limeade on a fountain drink deal, you're probably going to do all right. Jan, can't do any zero drinks. Cherry Coke overrated, like Diet Coke and Sprite. Michael's on our YouTube channel. Had a Diet Coke with Captain Morgan with a famous 90 star at a bar near a Comic Con last year. Diet Coke and rum is good in my opinion. All right, Diet Coke and anything alcohol related is an abomination in the eyes of the Lord. You need help, Michael. You need to seek some sort of counseling. No, you don't. That's as bad as the time I had a big dinner of spaghetti and then had Jack and Dr. Pepper. Not good. No Diet Coke and anything. No, you can't do Diet Coke. Coke is pretty much, straight up Coke is pretty much the mixer. Diet Coke? What are you doing? Good Lord, that's not going to be good. I didn't expect to hear that. I didn't expect to see that. I didn't think I'd have to tell somebody that, no, you don't do Captain Morgan rum with Diet Coke. Rum and Coke, not rum and Diet Coke. Sorry about choked. Uh, JC, no root beer love or just for ice cream. I do enjoy getting a root beer every now and then. Truly do. My favorite root beer of all time, Barks, where A&W, you had to do your own mug. I'm holding up my hands like this to show you how we used to do it. A&W root beer, you made your own mug. Now, Barks was the root beer of the late 70s, early 80s. Barks better than A&W. A&W cream soda, stuff like that, yeah. Barks root beer, 100%. Robert getting in on YouTube. Rondo was the original Mountain Dew. All Mountain Dew is carbonated orange juice. Rondo. You got to be a kid of the 70s or, whatever to get the Rondo deal. Rondo, high quality. Barks has bite. Yeah, Barks. And you spelled it right. Who gave it with the first Barks on there? Yeah. Barks. Good stuff. All right, we're going to have to get out of here just a wee tick early. Got to do another show tonight, and we will have this posted on the website here in just a little bit this evening at theraiderland.com. You can still, obviously, when we wrap up, retweet this and share it on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitter, at Ryan Hyatt Media on Twitter X. And then please, hey, if you want to do something for us, man, come on. Jump over there to the Facebook page, or pardon me, the YouTube channel. Subscribe, share it, get some people in. I want to hit over 500 tonight. Really want to. Want to thank our great sponsors tonight, United Supermarkets on the chat line and Market Street. Obviously, Lifts West Hotel and Condominium in Red River, New Mexico. It's mountain time. It is summertime. It is get down there, hang out by the river, and do it right in the middle of town at Lifts West. Tell my friend Billy we sent you. And, of course, The Reserve, a culinary tavern, 103rd and Quaker in Lubbock, Texas. Just, I can't imagine if you hadn't been there yet. But if you haven't, you need to go check it out. Hey, they're open right now. You can go over there right now. Tell them we sent you. And have a great time doing it. So we want to thank all of our great sponsors. The best thing you can do when you see us link to our sponsors on our Facebook page or otherwise, click on that, say thanks, give them some feedback. And I'm going to say this again, not just my programming, but any programming you like. The way it stays in business is great sponsors like we have. So thank them on social media, give them feedback, and let them know that they are supporting something you like. All right, couple more comments before we get out. Barks root beer floats. Did we have RC Cola out in Lubbock back in the day? Yeah, we had RC Cola, baby. RC Cola and a moon pie. Regular octane Coke, but only on occasion. Best to avoid the sodas. Are you some sort of health freak, Ben? What's wrong with you, Ben? You don't like fun? You health freak? Health freaks don't go around here, Ben. Having big-time boosters makes us fun. If we didn't, we'd be complaining like the others. Now we just need to figure out baseball. Baseball is going to get there. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. But then again, I don't worry about too much. All right, we got to get out of here. About to have some fun. And you guys just need to hang out with us on social media tonight, on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media, on the Facebook page for Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Subscribe to the old YouTube channel, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. See you tomorrow in the morning. Most Texan thing you have done this week. What is it? Thanks for being out there. You guys did great tonight. I'm proud of you. See you tomorrow, theraiderland.com.